Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
There isn't something that more perfectly sums up Sonic Forces than the actual titles we're about to see here. See, they look serious, but they're in fact very flat and bland looking. Welcome to Sonic Forces. I'm Brandon, joined by...
I'm Zach.
And also Alec.
my friends who have not played this game before, but are willing to, I guess, put themselves through this. The difficulties of Sonic Forces are meaningless. All normal means is that you lose a set amount of rings when you get hit instead of no rings, and your score at the end of levels is not counted on the leaderboards. That's right, choosing hard makes the game play like a normal Sonic game, which in itself is not hard at all because of the incredibly simplistic level design. My only other theory is that they made it this way either to introduce the game to new players who choose normal, or just make the game feel more intense and serious in a very superficial way. Actually, superficial is a good way to describe Sonic Forces in general.
With this invention, I can expand the Eggman Empire across the globe and conquer the world!
The boss means business this time.
He means business this time. Isn't that the type of line that Sonic Kellers was making fun of?
Precious little aliens! I'll harness their hyper-go-on power, and then nothing will stop me! I know I say that every time, but this time, really, nothing will stop me!
And I get it, fans did not like the more self-aware, self-deprecating nature that the games took on after, like Kellers and Generations, and then especially Lost World. But if the alternative is just repeating the same repetitive villain dialogue, and this time there's no self-awareness to it, it just comes off as trite and lazy. New level designers were hired for Sonic Forces, and it really shows, because the level design is very, very simple. I know that this is the first stage. However, compare this to the other first levels of other games in the series, especially Generations. It feels incredibly flat, empty, and in fact, it plays much more into the stereotype of Sonic games being boost to win, simply moving forward with little platforming. It's like Sega was like, yeah, let's just do that. I mean, that's what people think Sonic is, right?
There's sand everywhere! Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill right now.
That line is a great example of how this game's tone is all over the place. It clearly wants you to take it seriously, yet it keeps undermining itself at every turn with either stupid self-serious lines, a lack of any real stakes, and humor that felt way more fitting in previous, more jokey games.
Which kind of can work. I mean, Doom 2016 kind of does something like that, but in that one they kind of meant to. Because in that one, it is like a serious plot going on, it's just Doom Guy doesn't give a shit.
I mean, I don't mind the idea of Sonic taking itself a little more seriously, but not only does this game, I think, go a little too far, it also, the writing and atmosphere doesn't really give a shit about its serious tone.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to get serious, you have to commit to it.
As we're about to see in the following cutscenes.
Behold the power of my ultimate masterpiece!
Huh? Shadow, it's you? Zavok!
Oh man, Zavok, Sonic's most memorable and greatest villain.
Lost World was right before this, not counting Mania, right?
Yes. And for whatever reason, Sega are really trying to push Zavok. They've had him in multiple games, including the Olympic Games, being like, hey look, he's a big Sonic villain. And it's like, nobody remembers this guy. And the sad thing is, all these villains you see Sonic fighting here, only 2 of them actually have boss fights in this game. The rest are finished off in cutscenes.
Oh, that's incredibly lame.
Yeah. Really?
Also, isn't it a little too early to be doing this thing where Sonic gets his ass kicked?
Well, I mean, that's supposed to be the twist here, Zach, is that Sonic is defeated. I mean, they've done this in like 2 other games at this point. But to learn about what happens to the world, instead of showing cutscenes where it actually happens, we just have fucking text, you know, and it's just really lame exposition, despite the overwhelming odds, you know, form together, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
They're always attacking.
Only the Avatar, master of all 4 elements.
Fire Nation really needs to chill.
Ugh. But now it's months later, and they've now formed a resistance, kind of like the Freedom Fighters in Sonic SAD-AM, but much lamer. What is Silver doing here? Well, you have to read the comic that was released before the game to find out.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm an optimist, but also a realist.
We're going to win. We have to do it without them.
Silver's right.
Well, because you know, he's a realist. He believes that deep down Sonic is gone.
Eggman's army has everyone terrified.
But does that line fit in a Sonic game? God, no.
No.
Strength doesn't just come
I will say one good thing about Sonic Forces after you brought up Sonic SAD-AM, and you're probably already going to know where this is going. But at least Sonic Forces doesn't have an Antoine.
It's true. I mean, I like this setup because it does remind me of SAD-AM, and I think the idea of, you know, Eggman's already conquered the world and now Sonic has to slowly gain it back. I think these are all cool ideas, but the game does the bare minimum of executing them. So yes, this is probably the best aspect of Forces is the character customization, because there is actually a lot of thought and detail put into it. I think what's also pretty cool is that each of the different species have their own specific ability. Like, I think it's something like the hedgehogs are drawn, like the rings are drawn to them, like electric shield, or the cats retain some rings after they're hit. Yeah, so I feel like, and you know, credit to SEGA, they're trying to, with this character creator system, appeal to both the memey Sonic fans and also like the serious people actually trying to create an OC with it.
Yeah, I would say the only reason to get Forces is this OC creator. Because I actually do think it's a good idea for a Sonic game. It's just put in a not very good game.
Yeah. But as we'll see as we get into the gameplay, the Avatar also represents some of the better gameplay in the game, but it's also, of course, hampered by the very, very simplistic level design. You know, you can choose your own victory pose for the end of the stages. I like that touch.
Yeah, I think they're all different Sonic victory poses.
I think so? I don't know where the... Actually, yeah. I'm not sure where that last one is, where he's, you know, striking with his hands, but I think the clapping was from one of them. I forget which one, though.
I think one of them is the Sonic 06 one, but I have to see them all again to be sure.
Oh, good. They're referencing that game still.
I said I think. I might be wrong, but I did definitely recognize some of them.
I mean, at the very least, Sonic 06 had stakes. There was that part where Eggman crashes his ship and him and Elise die, so Sonic has to travel back in time. I mean, once again, too self-serious for a Sonic the Hedgehog game, but at least things happen in it, unlike Forces.
Yeah, Sonic 06 had ambition, and that is the one thing it has.
Yes, that is the one compliment I can give it, but I'm not going to be like the people on the Sonic fanbase that are now trying to be like, oh, I mean, actually, because of its ambition, it was actually good. No, God, no.
No. I think we're starting to reach that point where people have nostalgic memories for Sonic 06, and this just affirms my belief that nostalgia is bullshit and everyone needs to stop relying on it.
Take off the nostalgia glasses, people.
Or at least use it in more creative ways than just throwing it in your face or pandering like the Sonic the Hedgehog series does.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. First level is set in Green Hill, second level is set in Chemical Plant. It's fucking Generations all over again. And Sonic Mania.
Sonic is alive.
Oh, wow! That was fast.
Where'd they get that news from, Uncle Chuck?
I think it's Rouge, because she's working on the inside or something like that.
My spy there says he's in a solitary confinement cell, and they've been torturing him.
Okay, so... Oh god, they've been torturing Sonic?
Oh no, we do have to rescue him. I agree, Amy.
I've got a squad on the way to the spaceport.
If you're wondering why the hell the word torture is in a Sonic game, it's because the English writers took some liberties with the Japanese script. If you're wondering what happens in the Japanese script, they just say, "Oh, Sonic's disappeared for a while, and now we found him." But like here, it's like Sonic's been tortured for months, like it's fucking like Jack 2 or some shit.
That is such a strange change for the English version.
I think we can hold them off for now.
I mean, it's sort of like when they make Kirby angry in the American box art.
Oh yeah, so then people will be like, well, Kirby's angry, so he's badass now.
This is apparently how Japan thinks America thinks. And I can't say they're always entirely wrong.
Right. So this is the Avatar. His gameplay's interesting in that he can't boost like Sonic, but he does have a good speed to him. And another idea I actually like is, see the weapon we're using there? The weapons are actually wisps. They're wisps that have been put into these guns that we use as weapons. And they're cool, and there's a couple cool things about them. One, their attacks are ridiculously overpowered, so all enemies are a joke when you're using them, as you're seeing here with this long-range flamethrower. And also, you can get upgrades for them, or at least like temporary upgrades, that allow you to do shortcuts in the levels. And it actually adds to replayability, because certain shortcuts you can only get to if you have certain types of these wisp guns. Like here, we pick up the Burst Wisp, and we already have equipped the Burst Wisp pawn, so now we can do little fire jumps in the air.
I will say that's a cool idea, but didn't we learn in Sonic Colors not to use the wisps as weapons?
Shh. Zach, Sega doesn't want you to know that. As we're going to see later in this game, Sonic Forces is full of fucking retcons to the series continuity. Editing side note, Zach was totally right, and in fact, in the issues of the Sonic IDW comics, which take place after Forces, Sonic even brings up the pacifism of the Wisps to convince them to fight, which you think would have been an actual scene in this game. But no, see, the writer of the Sonic the Hedgehog comics actually cares more about the writing of this series than, well, SEGA. Oh, and by the way, entire sections of levels in this game are just QuickTime events. Because that's what Sonic Generations was missing. You would just stop controlling Sonic entirely and press QuickTime events.
Yeah, more platformers need to take away my control of the character.
We need more cutscenes.
And as you see, we switched to 2D, which takes up a pretty significant amount of this game. I'm not going to say all, but it's like when you are in 3D sections where the camera's behind your back, the level design is almost always dash forward and then just boost into things, and there's almost little to no platforming, at least not until the very late stages of the game. And even then, like I said, the levels are like a minute. Thankfully, Spaceport here, which I actually quite like as a stage, is over 2 minutes. It's a pretty decent length, especially when you compare it to most levels in this game. That's the thing, Sonic Forces is not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just what makes this game middle of the road feels like an intentional choice of laziness by the people that made it, which is more frustrating than any typical mediocre game, because it feels like nobody cared, they just wanted to ship out another product.
I mean, honestly, if we look at the modern games industry, the fact that it's polished is at least worth some merit.
A+ for that.
I suppose so.
Also, I saw earlier you can use a rental avatar, and I'm just like, but why? Why would you?
It basically goes into the online servers, and it picks a random other player's avatar that you can switch between in levels. Which, yeah, I mean, look at it this way. If the person you rent's avatar has a different wisp pawn, that means you're able to use multiple shortcuts in a level instead of having to, replay it with a different wisp power.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
So, I may have modded this game a bit.
I was hoping you would go for making Bubsy.
Yes, I modded the Sonic shirts to have little exclamation points. And yeah, that's right. Bubsy doesn't actually wear gloves or shoes. He doesn't wear anything, so we're just going to take that off. And I thought it would just be fitting to have our avatar be Bubsy, just I think it's a good representation of this game's quality.
Okay, I gotta give Forces some credit. It's gotta be better than all of the Bubsy games. It's not a high bar.
Yeah, Bubsy's
I know.
hard to beat.
All right, so I was talking about series retcons. Watch this.
Whoa, chaos! Sonic, help me! I've changed a lot since I started gaming this game. But I can't depend on him forever. I did it all by myself! Sonic, help me!
After multiple arcs of relying on himself, Tails is a wimp in this game for no reason. Uh-oh, here comes retcon number 2.
Oh, you're that Sonic from another dimension, aren't you?
Great teaming up with you. Hope you learned a few tricks that'll help you out in the future. I mean, the past. You know what I mean.
Right, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't, not at all.
Why make it from a different dimension?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is actually a reason behind this. Takashi Iizuka, the series manager of Sonic the Hedgehog, when Mania came out, the idea was he wanted to try to split the classic Sonic games and the modern Sonic games into separate groups. So, for whatever reason, which to me doesn't make any sense, but I sort of see his logic, he's like, hey, what if we just made classic Sonic a totally different Sonic? He's not even classic Sonic, he's just a Sonic from a different dimension, so that way Mania and the main 3D Sonic games can exist as their own continuity. Like who cares? Just make it classic Sonic and say it takes place during the classic games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they want to distance Sonic Mania from the really shitty Sonic games.
Well, Zach, that's actually not true, because the ending of Mania, when you get all of the Chaos Emeralds, leads into Forces, with classic Sonic going into a portal, which is how he ends up here in this game. So, classic Sonic is very pointless to this game. He serves no real function to the plot, and the moments that he's there feel very shoot in. And the worst part of all is his stages. I mean, some of the level design's alright, but what makes them terrible is classic Sonic's physics and his control. And yes, I know, Sonic fans talking about control, but here it especially is apparent. Classic Sonic either goes incredibly slow, or he'll suddenly jack up faster than I think the game's engine ever intended him to.
Wait, that level's already over.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Exactly. And you might be thinking, oh, I mean, that's how the spin dash works. You charge it up and then you blast off. Well, we're going to see why the game doesn't exactly like that as we get into later levels. His physics are incredibly stiff. And that kind of goes for the control of all of the characters. For whatever reason, they decided to tweak things from Generations to make everything a little harder to control. Because now when you're at top speed, you slip off and fly off platforms. It's annoying, but I'll point that out as we get deeper into this. Anyway, a flashback.
There is no reason to resist. Secret is no.
Well, they're dead.
I mean, yes, basically.
I can taste your terror, child. All that anxiety and doubt. It's delicious. Give in to your fear. Flee screaming, and I'll let you live.
Poor Bubsy. It's supposed to give our Avatar character sort of motivation for wanting to defeat Infinite, since Infinite is like his biggest fear.
It's about time.
Wouldn't the motivation already be, hey, Eggman's attacking my city, and I have to stop Infinite to stop Eggman?
Yes, but then we get like a scene later on where Infinite goes, oh hey, it's that one guy that I for some reason remember. I hate you.
torturing Sonic just to pass the time. Oh, that's low, even for Eggman.
So we're going to see how much Sonic's been tortured in just a few moments, and I'm gonna warn you guys right now, it's really graphic. I was actually surprised about the amount of detail they added into Sonic's bruises.
Wow, bruises. Oh, this is gonna get serious. We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh no.
Oh wait, here we go. Here's the line.
Good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
Wait for it.
Wait, I didn't know it would come so early.
You all know what to do. Let's go get Sonic.
Damn it, that nearly killed me.
Alright, so now we got another Avatar level on the Death Egg to go rescue Sonic. Here is the mission mode, and the missions in this game are pretty much, your only reward is just getting more clothing for your avatar. And the missions, as you can see there by that objective, are ridiculously, like, plain. They're just like, clear a stage with an S rank. And some of them are as lame as jump in a Sonic stage.
Oh my god. What?
This game, you guys. Oh, look, I changed my footwear, so I just completed the mission. Also, when it said daily bonus mission activated, what that means is the daily bonus is a score tacked on to your total at the end of a stage. So it's basically an easy way to just get S ranks without even having to try.
Now, you are going for perfect S ranks in all stages, aren't you?
Not every stage, but I do get S ranks on the majority. I at least wanted to show what this game looks like at its best, which is not a high bar, but you know.
Yeah, see, we're not going to be like certain channels that call a game shitty and then play it extra shitty.
No, yeah.
Just to prove it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I kind of hate about watching commentary channels, because there's a lot of personalities on YouTube I like, but many of them really do a poor job representing the game and then end up complaining about things that aren't actually in the game, but are in fact their own faults for being shitty at it.
Mm-hmm. But you won't get that here at ABZ.
Yes, we're amazing at games. Depending on the game, I guess.
At least we try not to be too biased about things. Like, we try to see the positive in games, too.
Yeah, and there are certainly positives to be had in Sonic Forces. It's just part of the reason I want to do this commentary is because Sonic's 30th anniversary is coming up. I mean, maybe this year if I end up uploading this on time. And I felt like this is a good representation of the series at its current state, and hoping that it gets better at some point.
Hopefully.
And that's, you know, the thing Sonic fans say every year. When the next game comes out and they're like, wow, that was disappointing.
It started to get good with Colors, and then Generations was even better, and then they just had to go and make a Lost World.
And then it started to get good again with Mania, but then they made Sonic Forces.
It's hard to tell with Sonic anymore, man.
Yeah. So inconsistent.
I haven't talked about the level much, but Prison Hall's alright. It's a decent level. We're already at the end of it now, because it's only like a minute and a half. All you have to do in that final stretch is just follow the rings, and they've wrote, because if you don't, you go onto the path where the enemy hits you. You know, it's pretty simple stuff. I think it's a fine stage. But thankfully, I didn't need a daily bonus mission that time because I'm just so great at Sonic Forces. Oh no, I shouldn't probably admit that.
Brandon's gonna go for the highest score. He's gonna get #1 in the leaderboards. That have probably been hacked by this point.
Yeah, probably hacked,
actually,
yeah.
Zach, on PC, and you just said it there, it's actually impossible to get the best score on the leaderboards because everyone has hacked it, so their score is literally, their time is 0.
Yep.
Who even went through the effort?
Because people are just desperate.
When I went to load a avatar to rent, one of them ended up being like one of the people that, you know, hacked the game. So I guess they are playing it technically. Oh no, look how tortured Sonic is, you guys. see all those gore marks?
Get me out of your chains.
We went to come save Sonic, but Sonic they just let free anyway, and so he runs.
Inevitable here is my foot kicking your butt.
So yes, one of the people we get to fight as a boss in Forces is not Shadow the Hedgehog and not Chaos, but Zavok from Sonic Lost World.
Well, I mean, like, they could just save Shadow and Chaos for later. I mean, those are more important characters in the Sonic series.
Zach, you know when we watched that cutscene where Chaos came after Tails?
I know.
Yeah, that's the only time he appears in the game.
Wait, that's it? Chaos is done?
Wait, really?
Yes, classic Sonic jumping on him once killed him permanently, and now he's not in the game anymore.
Are we sure the writers just didn't forget he existed?
No, either they ran out of time or they just didn't care, but apparently the development time for this game was like 3 years, which, clearly wasn't the case, because this game is like an hour and a half long, 2.5 hours long, and it really feels like it, because so much of it just feels like stuff is left on the drawing board, well, as we'll especially see near the end. I will say this, at least. This boss fight is not like a repeat of a boss fight from Lost World. It's unique, and it's fine. The only thing I think is kind of bullshit is that you notice when he slams on the ground and we jump up to hit him?
Yeah.
You don't actually jump up. Like, you would think what you need to do is then jump when he pounds the ground and hit him. No, you have to be standing on the ground when he lands, because him landing is what boosts you into the air.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't make... I had to literally, kind of look into that, because when I fought the boss for the first time, I was like, wait, why am I never able to hit him? And it's like, nope, you just have to keep standing on the ground, which is okay.
Feels counterintuitive, because usually those attacks in video games have a shockwave that you have to jump over.
Yep.
Yeah, like, see there, that looks like a shockwave that should be damaging me.
Oh, Sonic's getting serious, watch this.
Oh boy. Really beating them up.
Look at those amazing background characters. They are literally just cutouts.
Yeah, like just 2D sprites.
This is a PS4, Xbox One era game. There is no way they couldn't have rendered all those people.
But Brandon, that would have taken effort and time.
So Sonic's gonna go save those cardboard cutouts, right? Well, I mean, he's a hero. He's Sonic the Hedgehog.
What if I told you that he just leaves them there and leaves the death egg?
I mean, I would expect that from this game.
Yeah.
Because worrying about the other prisoners would take writing effort.
Well, don't worry. The game does take care of those prisoners later. Just not in the way you might expect. Oh, he disappeared.
Sound again. Whoa, it's not time for thinking. It's time for running.
And coming up is Egg Gate, where you play as Sonic escaping the Death Egg, which is actually one of the best stages in the game. Until it ends after a minute.
Oh, okay.
Like, can you, like, start the stage as, like, Supersonic, or...?
Probably after you unlock him. Oh, wait, no, he was a DLC, wasn't he?
Supersonic, yes. Supersonic started out as... they were going to make it paid DLC to unlock Supersonic.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that controversy.
Oh.
Yes, because then fans bitched and they just released him for free. But even still, making Supersonic a thing that's already been, like, part of the game's forever DLC is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Modern?
I'm also showing off some alternate routes here, jumping on that spring and going along these meters. Like, that's something that's actually pretty cool about Egg Gate. It's filled with little secret paths, but unfortunately, and this is something I also have a problem with the Sonic Force, is that the game feels like half the time it wants you to go on its own set path, because sometimes deviating to try to get to those secret hidden areas is also what kills you because of how they're placed.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Just wait and see, Eggman.
So yes, jumping in between things to dodge lasers, which I think the series has been doing since Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that in Colors and Generations.
Oh, the stomp from Sonic. Actually, yeah, that was a Sonic Unleashed thing that they keep using. Which, yeah, I like the stomp. I like being able to have a move that negates your acceleration, so you don't have to be constantly running into things, especially in this game where your acceleration can get you killed. All right, and who's ready to end this climactic level with a quick time event?
I am.
Oh, well, I guess you're going to be pleased, Zach. But don't worry, I get perfects on all of these QuickTime events.
Good, otherwise we wouldn't be allowed to upload this.
All I can think about in this scene is just Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a thing
I mean,
that Luke shoots.
to be fair, the Death Egg was based on the Death Star.
I guess fair, yeah.
Clearly from its design, it's just, you know, it's literally the Death Star wearing a mustache and glasses.
Just looks fancier. That better be... Yes!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still got my daily mission bonus, so either way I would have gotten it. Speedrunners for this game actually try not to get an S rank because getting an S rank just gives you more clothes, hence takes up more time.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
It makes sense, yeah.
So usually at the end of a stage, speedrunners get hit so that they get the A rank and lose all their rings, because rings are actually a big part of your score that gets you the S rank.
Easy there. Everything's cool. Are you here to rescue me?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me that I think in Yoshi's Island, for the Super Nintendo speedruns, they try to miss the minigame in the ring.
Right.
Sure. Don't even bother to ask how I am.
Sonic!
Amy?
I'm so glad!
Is there an exit around here?
Don't worry, Sonic. Bubsy's got this.
Can you imagine saying that phrase in the 90s? You'd probably get beat up.
Yeah. I hate to be that kid that got... Yeah, he had a Super Nintendo, so he had Bubsy instead of Sonic, and he's like, you know, you can run fast in this game.
Sonic, finding you
I've played
alive
one
is
level
the best
of
news
Actually,
we've
no,
had
not
in
even
months.
one level of Bubsy. It wasn't
And here's
worth
the
it.
bad news. Our
bad.
intel indicates Eggman's
Yeah.
got a weapons factory in Green Hill.
Sonic's
pumping out
ring
munitions for his
gimmick
war
is really
effort.
what saved Sonic, because in Bubsy you die with one hit.
Yeah.
Base in Metropolis if he's got a factory supplying him.
No kidding. Look, Sonic, I know you just got back.
All right, so we have to take out a robot factory next. And what's coming up is actually a level where you play as Sonic and the Avatar at the same time. And despite all that might sound, it's actually one of the better gameplay styles in the entire
Cold in
game.
space. The factory is nice and warm.
It will be when it's burnt to the ground. Sonic, you take the lead.
It's so weird to see Knuckles be so serious.
Yeah, the last person I would think that would be level-headed leading a mission is Knuckles the Echidna, who gets tricked by Eggman by simply just saying Sonic is bad.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he does make for a good leader. He does not chuckle.
That's true. He does not chuckle. He is always serious, flexing his knuckles. All right, that's the end of the part. We'll join you next time with more Sonic Forces.